So the objective, I can graph quadratic functions in standard form, vertex form, and factored form. The graph of a quadratic function is called a? Very good, parabola. Notice I say this a lot because when you hear that word or you see that word, you should know it is a U-shaped graph. There are 3 forms of quadratic equations. Okay? We talked about these, but we're going to go over them. This is standard form, ax squared plus bx plus c. Standard form allows you to find the y-intercept of the function. We talked about that yesterday. That c is your y-intercept. Okay? So if you have standard form, what can you get quickly? The y-intercept. Okay? Vertex form, what does vertex form allow us to do? You think? Find the vertex quickly. Okay, so the vertex is going to be your h and k. Notice in the problem, h is negative, but then when I come to my vertex, h is positive. H comes out opposite. Not positive, opposite. Yes? You can enter any of these in the calculator. Okay? Because you can put any of these in the y equals to graph. Yes, any of them. But if I just have these and I don't have a graphing calculator and I don't have a graph, and I say, what can I find from standard form? I can quickly find my y-intercept. What can I find for vertex form? The vertex. Okay? This is factored form. It's also called, sometimes you will see it online if you're doing something, it's called intercept form because it allows me to find my x-intercepts, my zeros, my roots, my solutions. Okay, and this is what we've been doing up until today. We have been working in factored form. We've been factoring and finding those zeros. Okay, notice that all of them have an A. The A, we learned yesterday, tells me how much it stretches and it compresses. It also tells me what? Reflection. If A is negative, we know that the parabola will open down. If A is positive, it opens up. And we'll talk more about that on Thursday. So the factored form, intercept form, gives me my zeros. Okay? Does everybody understand that you're expected to know what you can get from each part? Yes? Okay, so down here we're going to talk about this. If A is positive, the graph is going to open up. If A is negative, the graph will open down. Now that's something you can easily check your work with. Okay, you look at that first term and you say, oh, it's negative. Is my graph going down? All quadratic equations have a blank, which is the turning point of the graph. Vertex. Very good. Y'all are learning. Caitlin, if you have a question, stop me, okay? Quadratic graphs are symmetrical across the axis of symmetry. Which runs through the vertex. If you don't have the vertex and you just have standard form, you use the formula x equals negative b over 2a to find that x value. Where did that come from? Anybody? The quadratic formula. It's the negative b and the 2a. It's the part that's not under the square root. Very good. Okay, does everybody understand that? Okay, let me